This here's from Loudwire from December 14th, 2023. I'm not exactly sure what they are. A music publication? Mainstream news? I don't know why they're reporting on this, but anyway, former Marilyn Manson assistant wins appeal in sexual assault case against musician. So you might know Ashley Waters, whose case got dismissed because she just couldn't remember any details at all, apparently can now reopen the case and go to court. And we'll get into that. She pretty much remembers nothing, so I don't see how we have a case here. Apparently, the court wasn't too concerned with what she could remember. Sounds pretty silly to me. As you could have guessed, the court's in California. Ashley Waters, one of a group of women who initially joined Evan Rachel Wood in accusing Marilyn Manson of sexual assault and abuse in February 2021, has now won an appeal in court to proceed with her lawsuit against the 50-year-old rock singer whose real name is Brian Warner. Walters, a former assistant of Manson's, sued the musician in May 2021 for sex discrimination, sexual harassment, sexual assault, interference with the exercise of civil rights, sexual battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, which apparently she can't remember any of. And here we go, as I was saying. But her case was dismissed by a judge the following year, reportedly because she failed to plead facts to invoke the delayed discovery rule after she attempted to use the delayed discovery rule to circumvent the statute of limitations. Then, on Wednesday, December 13th, a tribunal with California's Second Appellate District approved her appeal, reversing the lower court's earlier ruling and sending the case back to the judge for trial. Indeed, Walter's allegations of delayed discovery were sufficient to withstand demurrer, and we reverse the new court ruling appeals. Previously, Manson's defense argued that Walter's allegations were too memorable and happened too many times for her to have remembered none of it exactly. And they'll say what that is. And if you ask me, I can't completely think that this is all true. Let's get into some science for a second when we read it, because some of it just seems physically impossible. But hold up, because then they say, however, at this stage, the court reportedly wasn't supposed to concern itself with her ability to prove the claims or her case, only that she asserted them appropriately as Rolling Stone laid out. So the court wasn't concerned that she couldn't prove her case. Isn't that what court's for? I guess not in California. I won't be going there anytime soon. And here they get into some nitty-gritty details. Walters argued that while the alleged abuse took place during a horrific year of employment that ended in 2011, the typical 2-year statute of limitations didn't apply because she had suppressed her memories until 2020. She said she delayed the discovery rule, which postpones the startling clock for statute of limitations in cases where victims bury painful memories, had extended her window to file. She further alleged Warner used threatening behavior to ensure her silence. Here we go, some details. In court filings, Walter alleged Warner forced her hand into his underwear, whipped her, threw dishes at her, pushed her into a wall, broke down doors to get to her, charged at her, and forced her to stay awake for 48 hours straight, one time requiring her to stand on a chair for 12 hours, which is the part I said we'll use science on. Can someone's legs really withstand standing on a chair for 12 hours? I guess he gave her bathroom breaks, or she could sit down when she got tired. I don't know, but it just says stand on a chair for 12 hours. If you're anything like me, when you're thinking about court cases, things you need evidence for, proof, I like to use details and common sense. So, what's this about? Sounds silly the way they put it. And at least they print what Marilyn Manson defended himself with when he said, "My intimate relationships have always been entirely consensual with like-minded partners," he added, regardless of how and why others are now choosing to misrepresent the past. And as you recall, Ashley said that she was manipulated by Evan Rachel Wood. If you also recall, Ashley failed to get a lawyer in the window the court gave her, which also got the case dismissed. And of course, they say Wood denied the manipulation, of course. Fingers crossed on that one, I bet. They talk about Bianca's lawsuit, the actress from Game of Thrones, the only place people know her from, and barely at that. And they say a portion of Manson's case got dismissed by a judge, of course. It seems like the court is really not out for 50-50 here. They seem to be against Manson. Anyway, that's what I got. Update here on this. I thought this was over with Ashley Waters. I guess not. I guess it'll go to court, and I don't trust the court system where they are there. But that's just me. I was just thinking you go to court to prove things, and if you can't prove them, you don't have a case. But I guess that's not quite how it works over where they are. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.